What if I told you that over 1,000 years ago, a wave of fearless explorers set sail from the icy fjords of Scandinavia, not just to raid and conquer, but to trade, explore, and reshape the world? The Vikings were more than just warriors with axes and longships. They were master navigators, daring settlers, and cultural bridge builders who reached as far as North America, the Middle East, and deep into Europe. In this documentary, we're diving into the heart of Viking history. From legendary figures like Ragnar, Lothbrok, and Leif Erikson, to the everyday lives of farmers, blacksmiths, and shieldmaidens. We'll uncover their beliefs, their brutal raids, and the deep legacy they left behind, one that still echoes through our languages, stories, and traditions today. Through cinematic visuals, expert insights, and epic storytelling, this is your all-access voyage into the world of the Vikings. So grab your shield. It's time to set sail. The Vikings, renowned for their seafaring prowess and adventurous spirit, trace their roots back to the rugged landscapes of Scandinavia, encompassing modern-day Norway, Sweden, and Denmark. This region, characterized by its fjords, forests, and harsh winters, played a crucial role in shaping the Viking way of life. The geographical features of Scandinavia not only provided natural resources, but also fostered a culture of exploration and trade. As early as the late 8th century, these Norsemen began to venture beyond their homelands, establishing settlements and trade routes that would connect them to distant lands. Culturally, the Vikings were influenced by a rich tapestry of traditions and beliefs. Norse mythology, with its pantheon of gods like Odin, Thor, and Freya, shaped their worldview and societal norms. The sagas and poems that emerged from this mythology provided a sense of identity and purpose, inspiring both warriors and settlers. Additionally, interactions with neighboring cultures such as the Celts and the Slavs introduced new ideas and practices that further enriched Viking society. This blend of influences contributed to a unique culture that valued bravery, honor, and community. Key figures and tribes played pivotal roles in the Viking saga. Notable leaders like Harald Fairhair, who unified Norway, and Rollo, the founder of Normandy, exemplify the ambition and leadership that characterized the Viking Age. The various tribes, including the Danes, Swedes, and Norwegians, each contributed distinct customs and practices, creating a diverse yet interconnected Viking identity. As we explore the origins of the Vikings, we uncover not just a people defined by their raids and conquests, but a complex society shaped by geography, culture, and influential figures. This foundation sets the stage for understanding their remarkable journey across Europe and beyond. Viking society was a complex tapestry woven from various roles, beliefs, and daily practices that defined their way of life. At the heart of this society was a hierarchical structure, where men typically held positions of power as warriors, chieftains, and landowners. They were responsible for protecting their communities and leading raids, which were essential for acquiring resources and establishing dominance. Women, on the other hand, played a crucial role in managing the household and raising children. They were skilled in various crafts, such as weaving and pottery, and often took on significant responsibilities in the absence of their husbands. Children were valued members of society, learning essential skills from a young age, whether it was farming, crafting, or preparing for future roles as warriors or homemakers. Viking mythology and religious practices were deeply ingrained in their culture, providing a framework for understanding the world around them. The Norse pantheon, featuring gods like Odin, Thor, and Freya, influenced their daily lives and moral values. Rituals and sacrifices were common, aimed at appeasing these deities and ensuring prosperity. Festivals such as Yule and Blotz were celebrated with feasting, storytelling, and communal gatherings, reinforcing social bonds and cultural identity. Craftsmanship and trade were vital components of Viking culture, showcasing their ingenuity and resourcefulness. Skilled artisans produced intricate jewelry, weapons, and tools, often using materials sourced from their travels. Trade networks extended across Europe, connecting the Vikings with diverse cultures and facilitating the exchange of goods, ideas, and technologies. This emphasis on craftsmanship not only provided for their needs but also allowed them to establish a reputation as formidable traders and craftsmen. In exploring Viking society and culture, we uncover a rich and dynamic world where roles were defined yet fluid, beliefs were deeply held, and craftsmanship was celebrated. This multifaceted society laid the groundwork for the Vikings' enduring legacy in history. The Viking Age, spanning from the late 8th to the early 11th century, was marked by a series of remarkable voyages and conquests that reshaped the map of Europe and beyond, motivated by a combination of factors including the search for new trade routes, fertile lands, and wealth. The Vikings set sail from their Scandinavian homelands in longships designed for speed and agility. The allure of adventure and the promise of glory also drove many young men to join these expeditions, seeking to carve out their names in history. One of the most significant areas of Viking exploration was the British Isles. Beginning with the raid on Lindisfarne in 793, the Vikings launched a series of assaults on monasteries and settlements across England and Ireland. They established the Danelaw in England, a region where Danish law prevailed, and founded cities like York and Dublin, which became vital trading hubs. Their expeditions were not limited to the British Isles. They ventured further west to North America, where Norse explorer Leif Erikson is believed to have reached the shores of present-day Newfoundland around the year 1000, establishing a settlement known as Vineland. The impact of Viking expansion on the regions they encountered was profound and multifaceted. In England and Ireland, their raids led to significant political and social changes as local kingdoms were forced to adapt to the Viking threat. The Vikings introduced new trade practices and cultural exchanges, influencing local customs and languages. In some cases, they assimilated into the societies they invaded, marrying local women and adopting aspects of their cultures. As we explore the voyages and conquests of the Vikings, we uncover a narrative of exploration driven by ambition and necessity. Their legacy is evident in the cultural and historical landscapes of the regions they touched, leaving an indelible mark on European history that continues to resonate today. The legacy of the Vikings extends far beyond their historical conquests and raids. It has woven itself into the very fabric of modern society. Viking traditions and stories have permeated contemporary culture, inspiring literature, art, and popular media. From epic sagas that recount the adventures of legendary figures like Ragnar Lothbrok to modern adaptations in films and television series, the allure of Viking tales continues to captivate audiences. These narratives not only entertain but also serve as a window into the values and beliefs of a society that prized bravery, honor, and exploration. The influence of the Vikings is also evident in language, law, and governance. Many English words and phrases can be traced back to Old Norse, the language spoken by the Vikings. Terms related to navigation, trade, and everyday life have enriched the English vocabulary, showcasing the linguistic impact of Viking interactions. Additionally, the Vikings contributed to the development of legal systems in the regions they settled. Concepts such as trial by jury and the assembly of local leaders, known as the Thing, laid the groundwork for modern democratic practices and governance. In recent years, there has been a resurgence of interest in Viking history, fueled by a growing fascination with their culture and achievements. Documentaries, books, and historical fiction have brought the Viking Age to the forefront of public consciousness, prompting a re-evaluation of their role in history. Popular television series and films have further popularized Viking themes, often blending historical accuracy with dramatic storytelling, which has sparked curiosity and engagement with this remarkable period. As we examine the lasting influence of Viking culture on modern society, it becomes clear that their legacy is not merely a relic of the past. Instead, it continues to shape our language, legal systems, and cultural narratives, ensuring that the spirit of the Vikings endures in contemporary life. As we wrap up our exploration of Viking history, it's essential to recap the key points we've covered throughout this documentary. We began by delving into the origins of the Vikings, examining their geographical and cultural roots in Scandinavia. We then explored the social structure and daily life of these remarkable people, highlighting the roles of men, women, and children, as well as their rich mythology and craftsmanship. The narrative continued with an in-depth look at Viking exploration and expansion, detailing their voyages across Europe and beyond, and the significant impact they had on the regions they encountered. Finally, we discussed the lasting legacy of Viking culture, from its influence on language and governance to the resurgence of interest in their history in modern media. Understanding Viking culture in a historical context is crucial, as it allows us to appreciate the complexities of their society and the profound effects they had on the world. The Vikings were not merely raiders. They were traders, explorers, and settlers who contributed to the cultural and political landscape of Europe. By studying their history, we gain insights into the dynamics of cultural exchange and the evolution of societies. We hope this documentary has sparked your interest in the fascinating world of the Vikings. If you enjoyed this journey through history, we encourage you to engage with our content. Please subscribe to our channel for more captivating historical documentaries like this video to show your support, and share it with friends and family who might also be intrigued by the Viking saga. Your engagement helps us continue to bring you more stories from the past, ensuring that the legacy of the Vikings and many other remarkable cultures remains alive for future generations. Thank you for joining us on this adventure through time.